All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. And I'm titled this article, as you can see, National Pride. National pride is at stake. All right, we know about pride. All right, and the fruit of pride. All right, the fruit of pride is destruction. All right, pride is hateful before men and the Most High. Okay, YAHAWASHI hates. That's one of the things the Lord hates. Okay, a proud man. Okay, and in this case, a proud nation. All right, so that goes into tempting the Lord. Okay, you know, with Esau making the Titanic. I'm saying it's a ship that God can't even sink. All right, and here it is, Esau Edom in the height of his kingdom saying, "Who can bring me down?" All right, you know, going again to the fruit of pride. Okay, pride have destroyed many. Okay, and Esau Edom being a so-called white man is no exception. All right, so here, national pride is at stake. Russia, China, United States race to build hypersonic weapons. Okay, and they're ultimately racing against their destruction. Okay, they're building weapons that are going to destroy themselves. All right, and that's why going into Obadiah, pride has deceived thee. Okay, pride has taken away your judgment. Pride has blinded you from prudence. All right, and you cannot foresee your demise because you're stuck on pride, stuck on high. Okay, you have a haughty look. Okay, a high look. All right, and the Lord's getting ready to humble and bring this place down. Okay, by thermonuclear missiles. Okay, going into, here, national pride is at stake. Okay, going back to, what was it, the space race. Okay, and all that is what since then. Okay, because that's in Obadiah also. Let me just get real quick about when Esau, he would reach to the clouds, then he would bring down. All right, here, because it's let me get it. This Obadiah chapter 1, and I'll start at verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high. Okay, and it's talking about Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, because he is the basis of men. All right, and the Lord built him up from being what? A base man. Okay, a literal caveman. All right, ultimately the Lord has did that to show his power, but Esau Edom forgotten who he really is. Okay, now ultimately the Lord is using him for a set purpose. Okay, to show what happens when wickedness is in rulership. Okay, when pride is pretty much the standard of this world. Okay, the few, the proud, the Marines. I'm a proud dad. I'm a proud mom. I'm a proud this and that. Okay, and the Lord hates that. Okay, because, well, before we keep reading, let's get the definition of pride. Okay, what is, because we keep hearing pride. What is here? This is the definition of pride. All right, this is Sirach chapter 10, or Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departeth from the Most High. Right? So that is the beginning of pride. That is pride, when you turn away from your maker. Okay, here, and his heart is turned away from his maker. Okay, that's the beginning of pride. All right, pride is when you don't need the Most High in your own mind. Okay, you say, "Who seeth me?" You'll say, "There is no God." All right, I am God. Okay, that's pride. Okay, saying you don't need YAHAWASHI. Okay, even though he's the one that gives you air, he gives you life, but you don't need him. Okay, this is why this is foolishness. Okay, this is verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abominations. That's all this place pours out is abominations. Okay, filth. Okay, because why? Because this is a prideful place. Okay, and I'm gonna get Malachi the 4th chapter. All right, there's an end for all this pride. Okay, and it's going to be destruction. All right, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. Okay, nuclear missiles, that's a strange calamity. All right, fire raining from heaven, that's a strange calamity. Okay, And that's getting ready to happen to this exclusively so-called America and wherever else these missiles hit, okay? Because this is what you call the indignation of YAHAWASHI, okay? You have striving against the Lord, okay? Saying you're going to be like the Most High, all right? But you're being found out to be just men, okay? Here, the Lord have cast down the thrones of the proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. And that ultimately goes to the elect, okay? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, I be ultimately of the 144,000 of those judges, okay? The Lord's getting ready to set them up, okay? Because they already been set up from the beginning, okay? But not to go far from the point. No, I got to keep reading the spirit. This is verse 15. The Lord have plucked up the roots of the proud nations, right? So-called America, this is right here in a nutshell. This is so-called America, a proud nation, okay? There's no excusing this. There's no, it's blatant, okay? It's blatantly obvious, okay, that YAHAWASHI is going to destroy so-called America, okay? And planted the lowly in their place, okay? The kingdom of heaven belongs on to who? To who? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? The Israelites, all right? Verse 16, this is a spirit. The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth, okay? So that's getting ready to happen to what? The so-called America. I'm just going to keep on reading. He took some of them away and destroyed them and hath made their memorial to cease from the earth, okay? Because why? Because so-called America is getting ready to be that lake of fire, okay? And ultimately it's going to turn into a desert, all right? To where no one's going to be able to inhabit this place ever again, all right? The only place it's going to be remembered for is what happened, all right, when wickedness was in rulership, okay? This place is going to be left for an example, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, verse 18. Pride was not made for men, nor fierce anger for them that are born of a woman. Okay, exactly. The Lord is high and lofty. Okay, he's the only one that has the authority to be prideful. Okay, because he is the Holy One. He's the highest. Okay, no one's higher than him, so he can be high and lofty. All right, but here, pride was not made for man. Okay, pride was only made for who? YAHAWASHI. Okay, but here going back to Obadiah, and I'll read some of the article because it's going into the technology of these missiles. But ultimately, again, these are the weapons that are going to destroy this place. All right, ultimately, all right, and also with the chariots, but the spirit's been heavy on these missiles because this is getting ready to happen. Okay, this is biblical prophecy. All right, we'll read again. Obadiah 1:3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, okay? Because Esau is so prideful, okay? He always wants to be number one, okay? Apostle Gabar, he says he has a God complex, all right? He wants to be, going to this nuclear arms race, okay? The race for hypersonic technology, okay? He's racing because he wants to, show that he's better than these nations, okay? He's the so-called white man is the greatest man on the planet Earth. He has to constantly prove that, okay? But he's being found out to be an idiot, okay? Because he's racing, he's making these weapons, these things are getting ready to destroy his own self, okay? How is that wisdom? All right, you're supposed to try to prolong. Esau thinks in his heart his house is gonna continue on forever. How is it so when he's making these things and doing these things that are setting himself up to be destroyed? Okay. Here, whose habitation is high. Okay, so-called America is the greatest nation on the earth at the moment. All right, and the greatest nation, kingdom as far. Okay, and of course, kingdom of heaven is gonna trump all these kingdoms prior. Okay, by a landslide. But as a point in time right now, so-called America is the greatest nation to ever existed on this earth. All right. But continuing, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Okay. All right, and this is what I was talking about, is verse 4. And I'm going in again, who shall bring me down? Okay, that's tempting YAHAWASHI. Who's gonna sink this ship? All right. Titanic was ultimately what? Sunken. All right. So so-called America is gonna go out the same way. All right, this is verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, all right, eagle being the highest soaring bird, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, right, all right, in his pride, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI. Okay, exactly, going into that space race. All right, Esau wants to make his habitation what? In the stars. Okay, his resting place, because the nest is where you rest, and among the stars. Okay, meaning trying to exalt himself. All right, and when I forgot what Apollo mission it was, but it's going into what was it, the late 60s? Okay, I think it was Apollo 11. And let me see. Let me guess. Apollo 11 space mission. I don't know if that was it. Let me see. Space mission 60s. I don't remember which Apollo. I'm trying to. It's escaping me. Apollo ran from 1961 to 1972 with the flight crew, with the first crewed flight in 1968, so late 1960s. So I guess 1968. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, but it's not off the top of my head right now. If I had my sword, I have written down. But nonetheless, you know, the mission where Esau claimed he went to the moon, which that's another argument. But nonetheless, you know, going into prophecy, okay, that was when Esau started to get begun to get brought down, okay? Because why? Because AHBAD, okay, the Elijah the prophet, which was prophesied to come before that great and terrible day, okay? So when the prophet's on the scene, that means the end of your kingdom, all right? And when AHBAD, all right, was on the scene, that's when this place was through, okay? Because again, when the prophet's on the scene, it's a done deal. The Lord's judgment is set. It's time to things to get rolling, and ultimately you're going to get moved out, okay? Because the Lord setteth up and he bringeth down, okay? And now the time we're into now is Esau getting brought down, all right? And Jacob, all right, being you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans getting brought up, okay? Because the kingdom of heaven belongeth unto you. All right, but I'll read, because I gotta move. This is continue read this article. High in the sky over northwestern China, a wedge-shaped unmanned vehicle separated from a rocket, coasting along at up to Mach 6 or 6 times the speed of sound. So these missiles are traveling extremely fast. Okay, the speed of sound is roughly 760 miles per hour, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so times that by 6, that's very fast. Okay, the Xing Kong 2 Wave Rider hypersonic cruise missile bobbed and weaved through the stratosphere, surfing on its own shock waves. Okay, so this technology that's on these missiles is very impressive. Okay, nothing compared to a chariot, of course. Okay, but nonetheless, though, this is where do you think these inspirations come from? Okay, they just, you know, had a out of nowhere got the idea to this is how you're supposed to make this and that. No, it's the Lord. Nothing is given except it be brought down from on high. All right, and this information for this technology is no exception. Okay. So YAHAWASHI put it on the minds of these people to create these things, these so-called scientists, all right, to develop these things. Because again, this is how YAHAWASHI works. He ruleth in the kingdom of men. Okay, so I do want to read some of this article, but I'll just probably read through this, or I might just leave it in the comment section, or whatever may have it. For decades, U.S. military and its adversaries have coveted missiles that travel at hypersonic speeds, generally defined as Mach 5 or greater, so very fast flying machines. All right, intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, meet that definition when they re-enter the atmosphere from space. Okay, that means they fly very high, they fly very fast, and they fly very far. Hence the case intercontinental. All right, but because the arc along a predictable ballistic path like a bullet, they lack the element of surprise. So what happens now is what these missiles now have maneuverability, okay, at tremendous speeds. Okay, can outmaneuver your fastest jets, okay, your supersonic jets. Okay, that's ridiculous. All right, and it's controlled by freaking like a remote control, right? But because they arc, I just read that. In contrast, hypersonic weapons such as China's Wave Rider maneuver aerodynamically, enabling them to dodge defenses and keep an adversary guessing about the target. Exactly, because why? Because YAHAWASHI said that these missiles are not going to miss their mark. Okay, because again, this is the indignation of YAHAWASHI. This all fits into his show, his movie. Okay, you know, these missiles, there's no deterrent for these things. Okay, because it has to come to pass. You know, if they were so wise, they would have something to stop these things. All right, but that's an imbalance. And ultimately, because the Lord did that, because He does not want them to be prolonged. Okay, there's no healing Babylon. Okay, this place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. All right, and these other nations as well, because here China, Russia, they think they're up next. Iran, Turkey, so on and so forth. They think they're up next, but it's not going to happen. Okay, because ultimately they're forgetting about the return of Yahawashi. All right, but since the Cold War, nonetheless, you know, these military these governments are giving the military a huge amounts of money. Why? Because YAHAWASHI is a man of war. Okay, and this is the time of war. Okay, Department of Defense of so-called America is known for spending billions on their military. Okay, but it's not going to profit them, because it says riches profit not in the day of wrath. Okay, so no amount of money, nothing's going to save you from your demise. Okay, but here, Malachi, I gotta hurry up, man. But let me, here, real quick. Malachi 4. All right, so here, Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. Okay, so hey, the proud nation. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Okay, it's not going to be a deadly wound of America being healed. You know, again, Rome being, you know, that deadly wound being healed, being the Roman Empire. All right, today being the extension of so-called America. All right, it's not going to get another deadly wound and be healed. Okay, this place is going to be done. Nothing left. All right, but unto you that, this is the balance, but unto you that fear the name, but that fear my name, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. Okay, and what is his name? What is his son's name? If thou can tell, his name is YAHAWASHI. Okay, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. Okay, you know, meaning we're going to be prosperous. All right, the curse is going to be lifted from us. All right, verse 3, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under your soles of your feet, in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI. Okay, so he said the day that I do it. Okay, that's why he says, wait ye upon me. Okay, and that's what we're doing. We don't have to do nothing. We don't have to lift a finger. All right, YAHAWASHI is going to defend us, and he's getting ready to root this place out. All right, but nonetheless, those words be edifying. As always, want to give all praise to YAHAWASHI, by Hashem, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and peace and blessings that hopefully like the Shalom.